Growing Up event has gone live in Pokemon Go, which means we have 3 shiny boosted Pokemon, Magikarp, Swablu, and Wimpod. Not only that, we also have a timed research to work on, specifically just a collection challenge, but we have to hatch a Wimpod, a Riolu, and a Happiny, which is actually pretty easy because these are all in the 2-kilometer eggs. As you can see, I do have one 2-kilometer egg here that shows that it's only these 3, but apparently in 5-kilometer eggs you can get Mime Jr., though I have yet to pick one of those up, and in 10-kilometer eggs there is Toxel as well, which is pretty cool. Before we begin our grind though, I do have the research breakthrough box. Let's just see what happens with it. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some good stuff. I mean, a Sinnoh Stone's not bad, and we could get a shiny Charcadet, which would be insane, but we got the Frigibax instead, which is fine. This is the brand new shiny for the Go Fests coming up very, very soon, and here's hoping we get a good shiny of that, because it's a great looking shiny. I'm really looking forward to it. But let's take a look at this one. Not bad. Wow, 13, 15, 15 is pretty good. Now that I've done that, I can claim this one research. It was to power up a Pokemon 5 times, and it gives you Swablu. Okay, well, it is a boosted chance, though it does cost dust. And if we go on to Leak Duck, we can see the researches here. As you can see, it's only 3 of them. Evolve a Pokemon will give you either Magikarp, Wailmer, Swablu, or Wimpod. 3 out of the 4 are shiny boosted, which is nice, and these are all the 100 CPs that you're looking for, so good luck if you need any of these hundos. Power up a Pokemon 5 times will give you the exact same stuff, and then trade a Pokemon will give you a Tandemaus, and you want a 382 as the hundo. And here we have 3 of these evolve tasks. Let's see what we get from them. Hopefully we'll get a shiny, but that's a huge Wailmer. That's cool. A big part about this event is that we get a whole bunch of tiny or XXL Pokemon, or at least the chances of finding them are boosted, so it's always fun seeing an XXL Wailmer. I freaking love it. And if we can get a shiny of that, I'd be very happy, but these are not boosted, unfortunately. Let's take a look. It's fine. How about number 2? What do you want to be? A Magikarp. Awesome. 113. I would honestly love a Shundo Magikarp. I would actually keep it as a Shundo Magikarp as well, but of course we do have to delete some stuff. But let's see. Oh, no way. We got a huge shiny Swablu. Okay, you know what? That's amazing. I'm starting to think that this event is going to be really, really good. I cannot believe we just got an XXL shiny, and I've only been playing this event for maybe 20-ish minutes. I had to get a new SIM card, yada yada. Let's see what the IVs are like on this thing. It's not great, but still, it's an XXL shiny, which is insane. Now, I should mention to you guys that I am in Hiroshima, Japan, and I've come here for 2 big reasons. The first one being this event. You see, Magikarp is a big part of this event, and let me tell you, Hiroshima loves Magikarp, and Gyarados as well. For some reason, they've chosen that Pokemon to be like one of their unofficial ambassadors. It's not an official support Pokemon yet, but hopefully they'll make that happen. And the second reason why I'm here is because there's a brand new Pokemon Center here in Hiroshima that has fun merch in it, and also they have a fun little collaboration that they're doing with a local baseball team called the Koyu Carps. And we might do something with them a little bit later, but for right now, let's just keep going with the grind, and let's see if we can get ourselves a shiny Magikarp here, because I would love to, but there's a tiny Wailmer. That's kind of fun. How about this second one, though? What are you gonna be? Oh, there we go. We got ourselves a Carp again. Please give me a shiny Carp. I would love it, but no, that is another Wailmer. Here's 3 more next to the river. These 3 were specifically to power up, which is my least favorite. I don't like spinning dust. I mean, it worked out with the Swablu, so hopefully it'll work out with a Carp, and a Wimpod would be cool too. It is actually one of my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon. 3 more. Let's start with the middle on this one. Are you a Golden Carp? No, but you are a tiny Wimpod. That's pretty fun. I like that. But bottom is a normal Wimpod, and the top one is going to be a Wailmer. I will say, I'm not a huge fan of the Wailmers just because they aren't shiny boosted, but they do fit the theme, of course, especially when they're huge. But there we go. That's nothing we wanted. I really like that these researches are easy to complete and that they have a pretty decent chance of giving us a shiny. Like, I still can't believe we got an XXL shiny of this, and barely any encounters in as well, but unfortunately, we're getting a lot of Wailmers. So I will say, I also really enjoy the fact that we have Rookidees in the wild, and they seem pretty darn common. I've seen quite a few of them, so try to get a good PvP one. Apparently, it's really good, especially with Ironhead, though admittedly, you'll have to use an Elite Charge TM for that one, unfortunately. Thought I had 3, but one of them turned out to be a trade quest, which I can't do, but there's another huge Swablu, good lord. I have a feeling like this one's actually kind of good, too. This one, never mind, it's not even close. Clearly, I did not see that correctly, but this one, Magikarp. Also, something to note is that if you do get the 117 hundo, there is a chance that it could be a 98% as well, so don't think you have a guaranteed hundo there. It's unfortunately like chancy in that regard when it comes down to the specific IVs, that a 98 and a hundo have the exact same like number for the CP value. We'll start from the bottom with these 3. What do you want to do? You want to be a Wimpod. How about the top one? We'll do the middle for last. That's a Swablu. And last but certainly not least, another Wimpod. And now it's time to hatch our first batch of these 2-kilometer eggs. There's only 3 things in them, which is great, and they all have shiny boosted chances, so I would love to get that one. And I think you want a 5, 6, 7 for that hundo, but this one is the Wimpod. Number 3 is another Wimpod. How about number 4? There's the Happy Annie. All right, so we've completed that collection challenge at least. This one's gonna be another Wimpod. I don't know if those have a higher odd or not, but there we go. Another beautiful beautiful Riolu. Let's just take a look real quick and see if we got anything amazing. That's a tiny one though. Let's just keep digging and see. Ooh, XXL Riolu, that's fun. And apparently the biggest one I have. That's a pretty interesting thing. And a tiny Happiny, which is also the smallest apparently. Well, all in all, that was not a bad batch. I love that these get affected by the whole size difference thing too. But once I disengage with this, I should get the little pop-up. So, any second now. I know I completed you, buddy. Where are you? Yeah, I'm sure it'll pop up any second. But hey, look, a Magikarp. That isn't golden. Happy to say it finally decided to show up, so we're at 245, which means we can now claim this and see what we get. I have no idea what we're gonna get from this, but 5,000 dust, we're gonna get the same amount of XP, and an encounter with Tandemaus. All right, I guess this is like the only free one we're gonna get, minus having to trade, but I'm not gonna be able to trade with anybody, so I'm not really getting any Tandemauses. Good luck to you guys though, hopefully you get that hundo. And if you're really lucky, hopefully it'll turn into the 3-membered family form, which is like a 1 in 100 chance, but just to show you, pretty bad. Also to show you, I've just picked up a 5 and a 10, so this is what the 5s look like. They're okay. As you can see, Mime Jr. is in there, but pretty much everything else is too. It is in the easier to hatch tier, though I don't know exactly how easy comparatively. And then with the 10-kilometer egg, there's the Toxel right there. So yeah, I mean, good luck. Hopefully you get lucky with these eggs, but the 2s are the ones that have like the guaranteed it's only 3. And let's just claim these 2 because I've completed the Evolve Challenge. We got the Whalmer, and you are definitely gonna be shiny. No, you're not gonna be shiny. And a 99. Ugh. One small issue I could see with this event is the Evolve tasks all only have 400 candy evolutions in them, and that's the same in the wild for the most part. There are a few things out and about that don't cost 400, but I can totally see that becoming an issue if you don't have a lot of things stacked up, because honestly, 400 candies per evolution for a lot of these things make that Evolve task a little harder. But again, there are things out and about that don't cost 400, and if you use the Necrozma effects, there's a few things brought in that way that cost like 25, and some of them are even cheaper. I think Duskbane gives you Pidgey, and Pidgey I think is only 12 candies to evolve? Yeah, no, the Shadow one tells me right now it only costs 12, so if you're looking for cheap evolutions and you can't quite find them, there are ways around it as long as you don't mind spending dust on it. 3 more chances. Let's see what happens with these ones. Oh, another huge Whalmer. I love seeing that. It's almost as good as XXL Drampal when you spawn in his mouth, but there's another Whalmer. These definitely seem to have a bit more of a heavier weight to them, but there we go. A shiny freaking Wimpod. Let's go. You know what? We're also gonna catch this in a Pokeball, you know? Red and white with a red and white ball. It just makes sense. Now, I know this isn't the hundo. Imagine if we got a Shundo of this. I would have been super happy. I love Golisopod. I really love its shiny. I love its design. It's just such a solid Pokemon. But this one is decent enough. 13, 15, 11. So far, we've gotten 2 out of the 3 shiny boosts. Hopefully, we can get that Carp. Let's see if this batch gives us the final one that we need to get our hands on. But that is a Swablu. Found an apple, but also I found a shiny right here. No. Last but not least, do you want a sparkle? You do not. All right, construction work. Maybe there's a shiny in you, but so far, no. How about the middle one? There's the Carp. Now let's just repeat that, but golden. Here it is. No, just another Wimpod. Let's go traditional with these 3. Top is the Swablu, not a Swayellow. The middle one is gonna be a Carp. Love to see it. And last but not least, I'm gonna say Whalmer. Nope, Swablu. 3 more checks in the middle of this indoor shopping center thingy, even though it's somewhat outdoor as well. Number 1 wasn't quite it. Maybe number 2? No. Pretty big one though, 345. How about this last one? Whalmer. When you have Palkia activated, there's quite a few spawns in here, which is nice, but ooh, a huge one. Imagine if that was shiny. This one right here, will you be big as well? No. I mean, I guess it is kind of big. It is a Whalmer, but anyways, another Whalmer. We've got 4 more 2s here. Maybe these will turn out shiny. Oh man, that would be so great. I would love to see a shiny Riolu out of one of these, and if I could get an XXL, that'd be great too. But honestly, I'd take any one of them. I like Happiny quite a bit, so seeing a shiny one would be great. And of course, the Wimpod is super awesome. But hey, there it is. For fun, we'll take a look at these things, but yeah, nothing too crazy, but we got some decent stuff. 3 evolves. Let's see what happens with these. Number 1 is a whale. Far too common in my opinion, but whatever. There's the Carp. Love to see it. And a pretty decent one. That's 2 off the hundo, or the potential hundo. How about this one though? A tiny Swablu. Alrighty. To the middle with this one, we have a Wimpod. I do love seeing that shiny though. It's such a great shiny. But there's the Carp. And this last one, another Wimpod. Come on, Carp. Let's see that gold right here. Nope, that's the Wimpod. How about the top one? You want to do it, please? Oh, there's the Carp. It is possible. I know it is. We just gotta be patient with it. You already know the drill. You know what we're doing. We're looking for that, and it's decent. Maybe we will finally see that shiny, but that's a tiny Wimpod. I would not mind getting a shiny tiny. That'd be fun. Specifically of that one, though. It just works with Wimpod, but this one is just a normal Wimpod. Middle one this time. Magikarp. Magikarp. How about this one right here? You're gonna be another Carp. Love to see it. And this last one, 3 for 3? No, tiny Swablu. Middle one with these 3 is gonna be a tiny whale. The top one is gonna be a normal Carp. How about you, bud? What do you want to be for us? Another Carp that's normal, 106. This one is a Wimpod. How about you? What do you want to be for me? A tiny Wimpod. And last but certainly not least, huge whale. Come on, Golden Carp, you're allowed to happen, but it's not happening here. I do love these researches though. They're just so common. Let's get less Swablus, huh? Okay, 3 for 3, cool. Let's see if these 3 have anything good for us. That's a Wimp. Wasn't a bad one either. That was 5 off the hundo, but this one is a whale. Come on, buddy. Let's see that Golden Carp. Oh man. This one right here. Ooh, no way, we got another one, but a 200. 15 away from the hundo, but at least we're getting shinies from these. Just for fun, we'll take a look at this one though. Wow, of course. Literally a 12, 12, 12. This is the lucky floor. And we back-to-back it though with the shiny. That'd be pretty darn cool. We don't, of course. And last but not least, we've got our hands on another whale. Figures. Uno is a Carp. Dos is going to be another Carp. And Tres is going to be another Carp. Triple Carp, but unfortunately no shiny. And 2 off the hundo. Maybe these yellow flowers bring a yellow Carp. That sure would be nice, but that's a huge Wimpod. It's always cool seeing a tiny or a huge of those. They're both really cool, but that's a whale. I will say, it is annoying to get these whalmers. I really don't want them, but I mean, admittedly, when they're huge, they're also fun, but still. I'm begging you, Carp. You're allowed to be shiny. I know you are. We've literally seen everything else at this point. Come on. Last but not least, my friend, it's a whale. This one right here is a Swablu. This is a whale. And this one is a Carp. 3 2s. Here's hoping they have a shiny in them. This one, Wimpod. Number 2 is the Happiny. Will we get one of each of them? Riolu? No. All right, well, we got 2 Wimpods. This one is Swablu. This one right here is gonna be another Swablu. Please be a Golden Carp. I'm begging you. Nope, a whale. I think this is an event 5K. It might be Mime Jr., but it definitely isn't. Oh man, these are kind of rare too, though I did pick up some of them somewhat recently. As you can see, there are 3 here, so I should actually try to pick at least another egg up at some point. We're very close to the Hiroshima Pokemon Center, so we're gonna check that place out in just a little bit. But first, we still have some more of these things, and hopefully we'll get lucky, though the signal over here is not the best. How about number 2? Do you want to be something good? And also, would you like to load? That also would be great. Number 2 is a huge Wimpod. Cool. I don't know why this area is so bad, but whatever. It's not a huge deal. You're just trying to load in that Golden Carp, right? I feel it. Or maybe it's just not gonna load at all. This one's taking quite some time. There it is, Wimpod. Cool. There was a Tapu Fini raid right next to the Pokemon Center here, so of course we had to do it before going in. I actually didn't see the CP either. I just jumped in really quickly. But what do we got? Is it shiny? No, sadly it isn't, and a 1589. I've also got 3 more of these tasks before we head in. Maybe there's a Golden Carp waiting out here. At least that would be a nice thing. How about this one? Nope, just a huge whale. And then there's this one right here. That's another Swablu. Also, just for fun, there are 2 Magikarps on the outside. Maybe one of them want to be the ones? No. Let's head inside. This place is pretty cool. There we go. We got the bag. This thing actually looks really cool. I'm glad they did this for this. And also on the other side, we've got the Pokemon Center logo. And now that we've gotten this, I'm really hungry. And there's a place nearby that does okonomiyaki, which is something that Hiroshima's really known for. And in fact, their store's right over there. So I'm gonna try it out over here. I've never done it at Hiroshima Station. There is a restaurant I like to go to a lot, and I actually went there yesterday, and it was really good. Let's see if this place is just as good, or we're gonna know to avoid this place in the future. Not gonna lie, that was amazing. That might be better than the spot I usually go to. And here's hoping the okonomiyaki's helped us out with some shiny luck. We've got 3 more of these tasks. I've only got so much longer in the day, so I'm hoping we get lucky with that carp. But if not, that was a delicious meal either way, so I still feel like a winner. 3 more tasks here. Let's see them. All right. Not the best start, but maybe this one. Oh, there we go. We finally... Oh, that's a 117. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a potential that this is a Shundo, but there's also a potential that this is in fact a 98%, but that is insane. And you know what? Let's get a nice silver, or not even a silver, that's just a normal Pineapple, but I can't believe it. 117 is the potential Hundo, but like I said earlier, there is a chance this is a 98, and if it is, then so be it, but I can't believe this. This is really exciting for me. And just to prove that I'm not screwing around or anything, here we go. We're gonna do this together. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Shundo Magikarp in Hiroshima. I can't believe that we just got that. That is so freaking amazing. That is insane. That is literally freaking insane. I can't believe it. Literally got a Shundo just before we're about to do something else that's really fun. I still cannot believe that we got this freaking Shundo. I really wanted this, and I can't believe that we got it. And here, right after the Pokemon Center and everything, I'm still debating on whether to evolve it or not, but we'll get into that a little bit later. For now, actually, we have to go through this stuff because I am on a bit of a time crunch. And the reason why I'm on a bit of a time crunch is because of this right here. You'll notice it says Carps on it. And that's because there's a local baseball team here called the Carps, and I'm gonna be going to a game just for fun. And I think I definitely have to now that I got this Shundo here. So for starters, we did get this hat, and I do like the hat. I will be removing the tag though, obviously. We got the Pikachu on the red Gyarados. Clearly this is a theme of this one, and I just had to get it. Plus, you can also make this thing bend a little bit. It's not amazing compared to the other ones I've seen, but I like it quite a bit. Plus, the Pikachu looks pretty good as well. And then, of course, we had to get the Pikachu with the red Gyarados and Magikarp streamer thingy, which a buddy of mine actually got for me, which was very kind of him to do. I wasn't sure if they were going to sell out of these or not, so when a friend of mine went to the grand opening, he picked me up some stuff, including the red Gyarados towel. I honestly love this thing. It's a neck towel, and it's just so great. Plus, they had this towel, which says buy a Magikarp, or buy a Koi King specifically. Koi King is Magikarp's Japanese name. I also got the stickers. This is the one that's on the hat, and also there is a shirt that had these, but unfortunately they only had the children's size of this one, so I couldn't get it. Or I guess I could have, but I'm not gonna wear it, obviously. So instead, I've got the black shirt that has the exact same logo as the hat, and of course we're gonna be wearing this at the baseball game. And of course, I had to get this towel. I just love these little towels a lot, and this one's just so cool. For those of you that liked the Okonomiyaki, you might remember that we had a tool just like this, and this one's actually got a Pikachu on it, which is really nice. I don't know if I'm ever going to use this, but I think occasionally from time to time I might, but I really like the look. Plus, the golden Magikarp bottle opener, I mean, it had to be done. I love this thing way too much. And last but not least, we got the pen, because, you know, I like collecting these pens, though sometimes they're really rare, and obviously I'm a big Magikarp fan, so I had to get this one. But now that we've gone over all this merch, let's go to the game. I will say I'm pretty excited for this baseball game. I haven't gone to a baseball game in a really long time, and I know it's like America's pastime, but they go hard here. I've only been here 2 days, and I've seen their local team literally everywhere. They've got merch everywhere. There's like manhole covers, just stuff on the ground, billboards everywhere. They love their baseball here. And I don't know if you can tell, but there are tons of people all around that are just dressed up and ready to go. And I don't know if today's like a really important game or not, but the tickets were cheap, so I thought it'd be fun to join. I just popped into a Lawson's that was just completely carved out. It was all red with the logo on the outside and everything, plus tons of merch on the inside. But apparently you can bring in your own snacks. That is not a thing back home. You try to bring your own snacks into a stadium and they'll tackle you. We've got some snacks. There's gonna be some Pokemon Go in there. This is gonna be great. We've now made it into the Mazda Zoom Zoom Stadium. That's actually what it's called here in Hiroshima. And I'm actually kind of excited to be here. I'm not a huge baseball fan by any stretch of the imagination, but if Magikarp or Koi King supports them, so do I. And you know what? Let's see if we can get lucky in here and get some shinies. I mean, we already got the Shundo outside. Let's see if we get anything on the beach biome. I don't know why it's a beach biome here, but I'm not complaining. That's actually kind of fun. Of course, the signal in here is a little rough, so if it'll go through, we'll see what we get. Another whale. And last but not least, in the stadium, we got ourselves a Swablu. Well, on the upside, there are stops here. There's some spawns and stuff, so who knows? We might run into something special in here, but it's just so fun, you know what I mean? This has been a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying myself, but guys, I found something amazing. They have carp udon here. I was joking around, what if they had like ramen or udon at the baseball game? Well, it turns out they do, and I haven't had any of it yet, but it looks great. I mean, it looks kind of cheap, but in a stadium food kind of way. I just had some of the noodles, and it's very hard to like eat them in front of you, yada yada, but I haven't tried the broth yet, so. pretty good. It's not bad. This is gonna sound dumb, but I'm totally keeping the bowl. I mean, come on. It's made out of styrofoam though, so it's probably gonna break. But also, I just got a 6 shiny. Check it out, a huge shiny cutie fly on the beach, technically. It was further in there, but I'm trying to get out of people's way. You know, I'm not trying to be in everybody's way while they're enjoying the game. But man, this has just been the greatest. We've got baseball ramen, we got baseball shinies. I'm sitting next to a dude dressed like Elmo. It's the best day ever, really. And who knows, maybe this is our second Shundo of the day, before being the biggest, of course. Is it good? No, but whatever. We got a freaking Shundo today, which is insane. God, I'm just enjoying today so much. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you doing? Come on, let's do it. We're trying to hit 200K. This is amazing. Look at that, the baseball field and random treadmills. People are just working out while watching the game. The single gym here had a Tapu Lele, so let's do it. Actually, no, this is Tapu Fini, my bad. Either way, it's a Tapu and not shiny on this one, unfortunately, 1593. I'm gonna head back to my seat in just a moment, but we've got 3 researches here, so let's see what happens with them. These are the only ones in the stadium, I've looked. But we got a Magikarp to start off with, close to the hundo as well. Number 2 is going to be a Swablu. And last but certainly not least, before we get back to our seat, we got a Swablu. All right, let's go. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I did it. But sadly, the Carps did lose. But it is what it is. I'm still glad I was there, and the atmosphere was fantastic. But what we got to do now is wrap up this video on this Magikarp. I'm definitely going to max this thing out all the way, so let's do it. Let's max it all the way to level 50, so it'll be a 310. We'll spend all those resources on it, because why not, right? But now comes the question, should we evolve it? The reason why I'm curious is because, you know, obviously it has a Mega and such, but this thing is the main focus of the Hiroshima Pokemon Center. So I just don't know. I think we're not going to do it in this video, but let me know in the comments down below, what do you think we should do? Should we evolve it, or should we keep it as a Magikarp? And also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for me. Show me some love, and if you're really enjoying the content and you want to see even more of it, I highly suggest the video right down here. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.